Hello everyone, and welcome to this board game overview video for Kingdom Death Monsters Organ Grinder Location. In this video, I'll be going over the general location itself, which is one of the early locations that you can get in the game, as early as Lantern Year 1, the various items that you can gain from it, and how to gain them, things you can do there, and also future places that you can build. Again, I won't be going over the stone circle in this video, as it will be its own future video. But with that said, let's get on to the information. First off, we've got the location itself, the Organ Grinder. It's 6 pieces of gear that can be made, and it's 2 Endeavor actions. Out of its first piece of gear, the Stone Nose, it is effectively an Endeavor action, because that's all it takes to make. And I think it's the only one that actually takes an Endeavor to make outside of the Mask Maker at all, but the ones from the Mask Maker take more. The Fecal Salve, Monster Grease, and Lucky Charm each take 1 organ. The Dried Arcanthus uses a Fresh Arcanthus, which is basically your main use for Fresh Arcanthus. And then the Monster Tooth Necklace requires heat, which you'll get from the Lantern Oven most likely, and thus you'll have it by Lantern Year 5, assuming you don't buy it early. And it takes 1 scrap and 1 bone. This is your major use for scrap once you have heat, or until you get the Weapon Crafter location. Your other major use is the 1 through 3 for Augury, but let's get to Augury itself first. As an Endeavor action, Augury, roll 1d10. The survivors endeavor to glean the meaning of existence. Roll on the table. Add 1 to your result if you have an understanding of 3 or higher. 1 through 3. Lose 1 resource from the settlement. If you do, gain an understanding. Keep in mind, if you've got no resource to lose, this does nothing. If you're at max understanding, you'll lose the resource for nothing. 4 through 7. Gain 1 survival. I feel this is an even bigger waste than rolling this without a resource, because it's just like, okay, here's an Endeavor for 1 survival. But really, the main reason you do it is Intimacy and an 8+. I will be covering Intimacy in a separate video, because I will also be covering Saviors in that same video. And then the other Endeavor action is the Stone Circle, which takes 3 organs and a hide. So pretty much the location in general is just build some accessories, and let's get to those in detail. Before I get to these in detail, keep in mind, I have 1 copy of each, but there are 3 copies of each provided by the game, as none of them are unique. First off is Stone Noses. Stone Noses is an item, jewelry. On arrival, gain 1 survival, gain 1 insanity. Arrival is explained here. It's at the start of the showdown. So, jewelry, so far I haven't seen too many things matter, except for losing to the White Lion, honestly. And this can be a really nice thing. If you don't have a use for Endeavors, you might as well make this. It also is a very good item when you need to throw away an item. Fecal Salve. Item, Balm, Stinky. Left blue affinity. When you depart, gain 1 survival. That's always nice. As an action, you are not a threat until you attack. If you have the priority target token, remove it. I still don't know how I feel about this item. If it cost anything more than an organ, it definitely wouldn't be worth it. The +1 departing survival is great, but the action's kind of mediocre. I haven't found too many uses where that's really a good idea. The left affinity blue can be very good, but I'll get to that why later. Monster Grease, probably the best item from the location. Item, consumable, soluble, stinky, left green affinity, and an inherent +1 evasion. If you can get 3 green affinities, which isn't easy in the core game and actually impossible in the first 3 locations, you gain another evasion. So this is honestly one of the better items in the game in terms of resources to effect ratio. I put this on almost every character early on. Dried Arcanthus, another item that I try to put on every character early on. Item, consumable. When you depart, gain 2 survival. When you would suffer a severe injury, ignore it and archive this card instead. There's been a clarification. This is not, okay, you suffer a severe injury, archive this before you even roll on the table. It's like dodging is to hit locations. You can see it first, then you may choose to sack this or not. But the +2 starting survival is great, especially because, honestly, you're not going to have too many uses for Fresh Arcanthus. Cooking's the main use beyond that. A few other things here and there. Monster Tooth Necklace. Item, also jewelry, and bone. Very good for people with skull. Right affinity red, +1 strength, and if you gain 2 red affinities, another +1 strength. This is really easy to meet if you match it with the Rawhide set, or even just the chest and the gloves, plus a bone weapon
that will give you the 2 red affinities right there, which is a nice +2 strength +3 if you're doing survival of the fittest right off the bat. Lastly, we have Lucky Charm. Lucky Charm is an item, jewelry, left and right blue affinity. It inherently does nothing. That sounds really bad, but if you get 2 blue affinities, you get a +1 luck. Match that with a right blue affinity, either from multiple things from the Catararium, the Fecal Salve, or bandages being probably one of the better ones to use until you can get the specific items from the Catararium, being the Cat's Eye Circlet and the Whisker Harp, which require specific resources, plus the blue affinity that you would have from the Rawhide set due to the headband and the chest piece, and you'll have that. Now, mind you, there's also the fact that the Catgut Bow, along with other items, has a right blue affinity to match with this on the other side.
Thank you for watching, everyone. I hope this was helpful. If it was, feel free to press the like button. If you think it will help someone else, feel free to share this video. If you didn't like this video, go ahead and press the dislike button, but please try to leave a constructive comment as to why. Also, if you want to comment in general, feel free to. And if you want to see more like this, be it more board game overview videos, my unboxing videos, or my painting videos, feel free to subscribe. Regardless, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye.